A lot of people ask me, Beef, should I pull on this banner? Is it worth pulling for the units on this banner? To which I typically respond, probably not, but if you plan to pull, it's usually good to go into a banner knowing exactly what there is on that banner that you're trying to pull for. Obviously, the pool of units on these banners is extremely deep, and the odds of you getting an actual feature card are usually about around 10% or so. But it's good to know what that 10% may or may not get you. So we're gonna go ahead and look at the newest banner that just came out. Gosh, I think like an hour ago or so. Yeah, about 30 minutes ago. A little over 30 minutes, well, something like that. It's been about 30 minutes since it's come out, and it's the Goten and Gohan, the new LR. I believe it's a tech one actually. We're gonna do some pulls here as well because I mean, shoot, it gives you we're getting step up, getting some step up summons. So we're definitely going to do some pulls here towards the end, but we want to look at the cards specifically that are on offer here, as we said before. So let's go ahead and poke the scouter here. First up, as always, the jackpot card appears. This is the new Tech LR Gohan and Goten. It's sibling Kamehameha. We could look at the stats here all we want, but it's not going to do us a whole lot of good. So let's go ahead and open up our handy dandy SSR bar here. So this is the new LR, Super Saiyan Gohan and Super Saiyan Goten. Siblings bond category, key +4, attack plus 170%, HP and defense plus 150%, or Goku's family category key +3, attack plus 170%, and HP and defense plus 130%. So insane. Just Goku's family is an insane category all by its lonesome, but siblings bond, I'm not entirely certain, so let's go ahead and open it up here real quick and have a look and see what's on offer. Obviously, the LR androids, if that ever gets an easy A, probably an easy slot into this team. Siblings bond, why is Beerus and Whis here? That's so weird. Like, a lot of these, like, I'm assuming just because, I don't know, like, where is the logic in this category? So, as you can see here, there's no want for good cards on this particular category. So, essentially, it's like Vegeta family and Goku family all in one, with androids. And Beerus and Champa scattered about the borough. I'm assuming like characters who have family or like siblings are here in this particular category. So very strong, very flexible leader. Honestly, your team is probably going to be mostly Goku's family, but if you can get sibling bond characters in there as well, it's going to be very strong. So 12 to 17 keys, Brotherhood Kamehameha, greatly raises attack for 1 turn and causes colossal damage to the enemy. Looks like a 50% multiplier. Very strong. Greatly raises attack for 1 turn, also 50%, yeah, and causes mega colossal damage to enemy for 18 plus key. So also very strong. There's really no reason to not try to pull for this card, considering that it's a step-up banner. I've full disclosure, I've looked at the banner cards already. I usually do to research them sometimes. So past videos we've been a little underprepared, but for this one we're more prepared. Attack and defense plus 58%. I'm not sure why it's such a weird number, but I mean, it's unconditional, so it's definitely good in my book. Launches an additional attack that has a medium chance of becoming a super attack. And that looks to be a 25% chance. That's not too bad. That's like flipping 2 coins. You get 2 heads here. You get your additional attack is a super attack, and it's not like it's a super to sneeze at either. Key +1 in attack and defense plus 10% with each attack performed. Key up to 5%. Key up to 5 attack and defense up to 100%, and disables rampage. I mean, what are the odds you're going to use this specifically for rampage? But I guess it's nice if you need to Dokkan a Broly card. I mean, they just need to get rid of this stuff completely and just remove these sorts of they need to remove these sorts of mechanics. It's silly. It's just not that big a draw. But it has an active skill. Massively raises attack temporarily, and that is 100%. Wow, so that's pretty crazy. Causes ultimate damage to enemy, can be activated when HP is 59% or less. That's pretty good. I mean, especially in endgame content, when are you not under 59% health? especially if you get some unlucky positioning. And facing only one enemy, that's... I mean, most of the content you're only facing one enemy anyway, so I guess it's not so bad. Starting from the 3rd turn from start of battle once only. That's not too bad. The link skills seem a little wanting. All in the family, you're probably not going to use too much. Same with Blazing Battle. But Super Saiyan Golden Warrior, Kamehameha, which they need to fix finally one day. You'll definitely, probably, more than likely use Legendary Power in Fierce Battle. Also, link skills that'll pop up frequently. Tons of categories that you can use this on. Hybrid Saiyans, Majin Buu Saga. Majin Buu Saga. That's very strange. I mean, is that considered Majin Buu Saga? Like, that's so weird. Full Power, Joined Forces, Movie Heroes, Goku's Family, Siblings Bond. I mean, obviously Siblings Bond, but and Goku's Family. But you're gonna have a hard time not finding a team to fit this on. More than likely, it's either gonna be Full Power, Movie Heroes, or Goku's Family, and then obviously Siblings Bond. So just those 4. Just those 4 you're going to be able to put this card onto. So, extremely powerful card. I've seen some posts on the Dokkan Reddit where he's pumping out some ludicrous numbers, like looking at like 8-9 million damage. So, it's an LR. It's new. Stats are crazy. With some support, he can do some ridiculous damage. So, I mean, every definition we could possibly give it in terms of a jackpot card, it's definitely what you want. Next up, let's see, pop open the Dokkan again here real quick. So next up, besides the LR, is a new physical Gohan. He Dokkans into a Super Saiyan Gohan, I believe. I think it's Super Saiyan. Pop that open for you. Because, I mean, obviously, the Dokkan is what's important, because that's what you're going to be playing with for the majority of, you owning the unit. So, Movie Heroes category, key plus 3 HP attack defense plus 120%. Not too bad. He's no Gogeta Blue, for sure, but, just for the fact that it's another Movie Heroes lead, makes him a good pull, and the stats aren't too bad either. Causes supreme damage and lowers enemies' attack by 20%. Not a big deal, because there's a lot of content where that's not going to come into effect, but it's a nice little bonus, I guess. I've looked at his passive skill. I'm not super impressed with it. Movie Heroes category, ally, key plus 2, attack and defense plus 40%. Like, that's pretty strong, because odds are you're going to be running this card on a Movie Heroes banner, on a Movie Heroes team anyway. But he also gets attack and defense plus 100% when there's a movie bosses category enemy. there's a lot of units that are considered movie bosses in the game, and there's a lot of instances where you're going to run into those units. So it's not as debilitating as it looks from the start, but just for the fact that if you don't have a movie bosses category enemy on the opposing team, this card is basically just your run-of-the-mill support card. But with the movie bosses category enemy on the opposing team, then this card can actually do some damage and can actually do some tanking. So not too bad. Link skills, it seems like this card was kind of made for to link specifically with the new LR, Gohan and Goten. Because he shares most of the same link skills. Categories very similar to the LR. Hybrid Saiyans Majin Buu Saga, movie heroes Goku's family, siblings bond. So this is another card. This is another unit that seems like it was made specifically for the LR, which is seems kind of par for the course for a lot of the newer LRs that have been coming out recently. So they have like an accompanying card. Not even just LRs, but just like some of the newer TUR cards. Most recently, there was the physical Super Saiyan Broly, like the full power one from the Dragon Ball Super movie, and he had like an agility Broly, like base form Broly, that came with it that linked like amazingly with him. So so I mean, he's one of the mill support card, but when there's a movie bosses category enemy, you know, long story short, that makes him somewhat more palatable. So not a bad pull, especially if you happen to get the LR, but you don't really want to pull on a banner just for one card. And I don't really consider this one to make you want to pull, but there are some other cards in this banner that may sway you toward pulling, because there's some very good cards here. Next up, we have Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta, the agility one. So this guy, you're probably familiar with him if you played Dokkan for any decent amount of time. He is the Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta, the evolution card. Very, very strong card. I don't think we've been over him in any of these segments here, so let's go ahead and pop open the SSR screen here and have a look at him. So when he Dokkans, Pure Saiyan's category plus 3 HP and defense plus 170%, attack plus 130%. It's kind of weird to me, that spread, but whatever. Causes immense damage to enemy, greatly lowers defense, and that looks like a 50% defense debuff, which is great in like stuff like Super Battle Road, where you want to do more damage very, very quickly. Passive skill, attack plus 120% and defense plus 60%. So it makes him hit hard. It makes him a little bit tanky. Launches 2 additional attacks and defense plus 7% with each attack performed up to 70%, which makes him even more tanky. So the longer the fight goes on, the more tanky this particular Vegeta becomes. And then he evolves when conditions are met. So 30% chance to evolve starting from the 4th turn from the start of the battle. So 30% chance isn't that great, but his link skills make up for it. Super Saiyan Warrior Gods, it's hard to find. You can find plenty of cards with these particular link skills to link up with him. Probably the Strength Super Saiyan God Vegeta that came out a while ago. Prepare for battle, Tournament of Power, Fierce Battle, good stuff. Tons of categories: Universe Survival Saga, Realm of Gods, Pure Saiyans, Full Power representatives of Universe 7, Transformation Boost, Vegeta's Family, Siblings Bond. So, I mean, obviously he's on this banner, not just because he's a strong unit, but also because he has Siblings Bond as well. So he's obviously going to be able to be run with the new LR. So very strong stats. Crazy card. So when he evolves, he gets attack and defense plus 130% at the start of the turn, unconditional. So that's not a big deal for attack. It's an extra 10% attack, but it basically more than doubles his defense, which makes him even tankier. Launches 2 additional attacks and chance to perform a critical hit plus 10% with each attack performed up to 70%. So essentially what happens is that he gets the same stats that he would have in like a full, like a longer fight, like an SBR fight. But he also basically crits all the time. He gets 3 attacks. So every turn that he comes out and he gets to attack, he attacks 3 times, which means 30% more critical hit with each attack. So just absolutely ludicrous. And there's a reason why this particular card is still considered one of the best cards in the game. And for good reason. He's very, very strong. Very strong. So let's close out this SSR screen here and look at the next one. So obviously, honestly, I would consider this to be a jackpot card because Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta is extraordinarily powerful. Very good unit to have. If you have the Intelligence Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, absolutely a step up. No question. So next up we have Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Vegeta. So Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, the tech one. Still, I don't even need to open up the SSR screen to tell you that this is still one of the strongest cards in the game currently. One of the highest damage dealing cards in the game right now. That's not an LR. He's one of those cards that do take a little time to rev up, but once he gets going, he's extraordinarily strong. So let's have a look at him real quick. So leader skill, super type alloys, ki +3 and HP attack and defense plus 120% when team includes all 5 super types. So that gives him some flexibility. That gives you as a player some flexibility. So if you are a newer player and you get this particular card, you're probably gonna have a hard time Dokkaning him because his because if you're new, his event is a bit difficult, but it still offers you some flexibility to use units that you may have pulled elsewhere on earlier Dokkan Fest, because it's very difficult to find less than. Gosh, I don't even know where I was going with that, but long story short, you have a lot of flexibility to make it for a team here. So raises attack and defense, and that is a 20% boost for 99 turns. That's weird. It causes immense damage to enemies, so it's a pretty par for the course. Great chance to launch up to 2 additional attacks, each of which has a medium chance to become a super attack, and that is a 25% chance. It's not too bad. So the odds of Vegito Blue launching a super attack are pretty darn good on any one turn. On his additional attacks, I should say. And you can basically flip a coin, and odds are if you flip a coin, it's more than likely he's going to use a super attack. Attack plus 15% with each attack performed up to 150%. So obviously, because he doesn't have a defense buff, he's not going to be very tanky, unfortunately. But in terms of damage, on his first turn, he comes out the gate with 45% attack at the end of his turn, and then obviously every other turn after that, he's going to come out, do some more damage, do even more damage each time. So every time he supers, you're going to see more and more damage out of this unit. So not a great tank, but still one of the best damage dealers in the game, no question. Oop, got a little bit ahead of ourselves. So as you can guess, the next one is Strength Ultimate Gohan. A bit of a dated card, honestly. It's unfortunate that they put him here, but I guess they had to fill in the gaps with mediocre cards to begin with anyway. Okay, of course we gotta switch over. So Hidden Power Unleashed, Strength Ultimate Gohan. Original Hybrid Saiyans category leader. So ki +3, HP and defense 170%, attack plus 130%. So like the Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. Super attack raises attack by 30%. It's not too bad. Causes immense damage to enemy, par for the course. Attack plus 120% unconditionally. Medium chance to guard all attacks. That looks like a 25%. They could have made that a coin flip, in my opinion. So 50% chance. Defense plus 50% for all superclass allies. And imagine that it includes himself as well. Link skills are a bit to be desired. You could definitely do better than this card. There's getting this card, you probably won't be super excited because he's just not that good, unfortunately. I mean, he can do some damage, he can tank a little bit, but you can do way better than this particular Gohan. So not a strong card, unfortunately, on this particular banner, but he's there, and if you get him, you can run hybrid Saiyans, which is okay, I guess. There's a reason why hybrid Saiyans is considered one of the least attractive category teams in Dokkan Battle right now. Let's move on to the next one. So we have here the Super Saiyan 3 Broly. Not considered to be a good unit by a lot of people, but he can put out some damage. He can pump out some pretty good damage. Let's have a look at him when he's Dokkan here. Tech Super Saiyan 3 Broly, he definitely I feel like he needs an easy A. Like, if they bump up his stats a little bit, take away that defense debuff in his passive, I think he would be a much better unit. But he's an extreme tech leader. You can also run super tech if you want, but why would you do that? Causes immense damage to enemy and greatly lowers defense. I believe that's 50%. Yeah, 50%. So unconditional attack plus 100%. So basically doubles his attack. So that's great. Attack plus 12% and defense negative 10% per key sphere obtained. So if you obtain 10 key spheres, when you're gathering key spheres for this particular unit, he's basically defenseless. So he's a double-edged sword. He's gonna do a metric ton of damage, but he also can't take a hit, which is unfortunate. So like I said, if they ever do an ECA for this card, if they just remove if they remove the defense debuff, this unit would probably be considered a much stronger card, for sure. But it's not a bad card to get, but you just need to understand that it's not a great card either. He just can't. He can't tank. He can't tank. It's unfortunate. And in a Dokkan meta, in my opinion, that values defense buffs and tanks, he's just an outdated card, and he needs some help for sure. Luckily, I think most of the mono-type leads will eventually get easy A, so hopefully this guy gets one soon, because he's not that great. Alright, next up, we have the physical Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, still considered one of the best cards in the game, still considered one of the heaviest damage dealers in the game. I mean, he's been usurped by plenty of other cards, plenty of other TURs, but he's not bad. Let's have a look at him again here on the SSR screen. So he is the mono super physical leader. Again, you can use extreme physical, but why would you? You would obviously want to use all super physical to take full advantage of a leader, his leader skill, but you can do much better now that we have category leads. But back in the day, he was quite the catch to pull on a banner that he was featured on. So he has Galactic Donut. He's just like the Tech Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, where depending on how much ki he has, he's going to use a different attack. So the best one is the 11 key, the Charging Ultra Boom move Volleyball. Massively raises attack for 1 turn, that's 100%, so doubles his attack and causes immense damage, so pretty strong. The 9 to 10 key is the next best one, I believe. Galactic Donut causes immense damage to enemy and greatly lowers defense, so that's basically cuts their defense in half. This is pretty good for stuff like Super Battle Road. And then the 12 key, which you're going to find yourself with using a lot. Causes immense damage to enemy and raises attack for 1 turn, so 30%, it's not too bad. So next time he comes around, he's going to be a little bit more powerful. Passive skill gives him an unconditional attack plus 120%, plus an additional attack plus 60%, and defense negative 30% for 7 turns from start of turn. So this is one of the reasons why physical Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks was considered one of the heaviest hitters back in the day. It's because of those particular stats. So like 180% attack for most of the fight. Odds are your fight's not going to last 7 turns, so that's why it's not a big deal. But still, defense negative 30% means that he can't tank. He can't tank very well. Definitely another unit that needs an EZA pretty badly. So hopefully that happens at some point. I'm really hoping that happens because he's a good card. It's just that his flaws make him a unit that you definitely don't want to consider. That you would definitely put towards the back of the line when you're making a fusion team, Hybrid Saiyans, Majin Buu Saga, even Super Saiyan 3, boys and girls category, like nobody ever uses that, but there's just so many good options for Super Saiyan 3 and Fusion these days that you probably don't even really need to run this card. As a matter of fact, I would definitely consider running Tech Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks before I would consider the physical one if I had both. Well, maybe not. But there's pros and cons to this particular unit, and it's not that he's bad, but just like Super Saiyan 3 Broly, he's not that great either. So I think we only have a couple more units here. This is another unit that probably doesn't need to be, really discussed because he has one of the best EZAs in the game. All the categories that he fits into, you would definitely consider using him at full EZA. We're not going to pull up the SSR screen on this guy because he's been around forever, and his EZA has been around forever. So there's no reason to talk about him. Still a very strong unit. If you haven't rainbowed this guy yet, pulling this unit is definitely cause for celebration because he's very, very strong, especially if you can actually beat his EZA event and get him 100%. Then he fits perfectly into just about any team that he slots into. Very, very welcome unit to have. Last but not least, here we have I have no idea why they put him on here, but we have Physical Triumphant Light Super Saiyan Goku. For a long time, this particular unit was considered very poor, just simply for the fact that the only draw for this particular card when he came out was that he had a very high stun rate, which I believe was like 30 or 50%. It was one of the highest percentage stunners in the game. But he did extreme damage, and so his only... And look at his passive. Attack and defense plus 2,000%. He is a dinosaur. We're looking at a fossil here, people. He's so bad. Luckily, when he got a Dokkan a while back, he became better. But he's still not that great. So let's have a look at him here real quick, because we've never talked about him before. So obviously he's from the cooler batch. You can see the cooler in the background there. Leader skill, you're not going to use him for his leader skill, even if you are able to Dokkan him. Even if you're new, you wouldn't use him for his leader skill, because odds are you have something better. Key Burst Spear causes supreme damage with a high chance to stun the enemy. So basically a coin flip. Still makes him one of the best stunners in the game, and now his damage is at least in line with low mid-tier TURs. Attack plus 10,000 and defense plus 5,000 when HP is 50% or above. Considering his stats, even at max, that's basically like a 10%? No, it's just not that great. There's a reason why people kind of gravitated towards units that had like percentage attack and defense buffs. And that's just because the flat ones, the flat boosts just don't give them enough. Not to mention it's conditional. When HP is 50% or above, there's going to be a lot of times in a fight where you're going to be under 50% health, which is not at all helpful. Link skills are about what you would expect from a Super Saiyan Goku card. He's just not that great. I have no idea why they put this card in here. They could have honestly not put this card on this banner, and it wouldn't have made a difference. they just put this in here to waste your time. That's really all there is to it. Like, this is borderline malicious. Almost. It's like, hey, we put all these gray units on this banner. Look at the Vegito evolution, the new LR, wow. And then they put this guy here. Like, that's on purpose. That's like getting slugged in the street, dude. So, oh, that's right. There's the Goten. This guy doesn't have a Dokkan yet. Unfortunately, it's definitely one of the units that needs one, but he's okay for what he is. Causes supreme damage to enemy and raises allies' attack by 20% for 1 turn. So par for the course damage, modifier on a super attack, and he boosts his allies a little bit. Attack plus 80% unconditionally. High chance to reduce damage received by 40%. So I think that's like high chance is a coin flip. So he can take a little bit. This isn't a bad unit to have because he's gonna get a Dokkan eventually. As you can see here, he doesn't have one yet, but he will at some point, I hope. Actually, I don't know why they didn't give him one because it seemed like a good opportunity to do so. But odds are you probably don't have this unit, let alone have him rainbowed. So it's not bad to get, just on the assumption that the Dokkan is actually going to be good, which is a big assumption, a huge stretch, a big leap for sure. But oh yeah, of course Dokkan crashes, but it's a big leap to assume that the Dokkan's going to be any good. But if it is good, you're going to be glad that you pulled this particular card. It's probably good that Dokkan crashed because this gives us an opportunity to look at the new title screen, which is pretty neat. I don't know why they made a new title screen just for this LR, because like it's a strong LR, don't get me wrong, but like it's nothing to really go crazy for. But I love how they're advertising. They're like, wow, it's Goku, Gohan, Goten, and Extreme Z awaken them. Wait, what? There's an easy game. But yeah, it's nothing to go crazy over. Oh, the Vegeta's still out. Speaking of which, oh, okay, I still have time. I haven't touched him yet. I still got time. I got time. Actually, I don't even know if I have the strength one, but oh, come on. It's like the worst timing. Okay, let's try this again. Let's try this again. All right. Wow, just skipped past the screen. I didn't even click or nothing. Everything was going so smoothly to this point. Okay, let's do some pulls and hope that this goes a little smoother. So first one is a 30 Dragonstone multi-summon. Gives us 10 rare or better units. Ooh. Whew. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, we have Vegeta, I believe. We're gonna get Vegito? That'd be nice. No. It's base Goku, though, so we're gonna screen crack here at least. It's over, Frieza. Oh boy. My hopes aren't high. My hopes aren't high for this one. Oh no. It's a junk multi. I feel it in my bones. Oh god, it's terrible. It's awful. Give me something. Oh my god. Oh, dude, this game has it out for me. I swear to Christ. Okay, let's do the next one. 35 Dragon Stones. Woo! All right, we're gonna give me that cock tease Vegeta again. I bet. No. What do we got? What do we got? No rainbow. Oh my god. Why game? Well, he's okay. He's the one that heals, I don't know, for 100%. He gets like a huge attack boost for one turn. Not a great card, but for, like, you might make a case for him in like SBR or Boss Rush, maybe. Okay. I mean, I don't have this guy. I don't have this bullet yet, so I mean, I think she's a good puppy gals unit, if I'm not mistaken. I think when she Dokkan, she's a Peppy Gals leader. I can't remember. It's been too long. So, a mediocre multi at best. Next one is 45 stones. That's not bad. Here we go. Fingers crossed. Come on, give me something. Oh! Hercule riding Boo. Oh, that's a good one. That's good. That means we're getting something good. I think that's guaranteed feature. Guaranteed feature unit. So we're getting Super Saiyan God Goku? No? Okay. Means we're probably only getting one SSR? Maybe like an SSR and a featured unit. Hope it's good. Is that the strength one? Oh, okay. Oh, well, I mean, I don't have him. Not the card I was hoping for, but I mean, it's a featured unit and I don't have him, so that's not too bad. Means we still have one SSR left. What is it? What's it gonna be? I guarantee it's probably gonna be disappointing. Oh my god. For no what? Well, is it this? Oh, it's a strength one. I mean, that's okay, I guess. I mean, you can definitely do worse. It could be the AGL one. So, I mean, yay, Hybrid Saiyans. Means we have a little bit of grinding to do. So the fourth multi is a free multi. I mean, we're not going to do any more pulls beyond this, but it was nice to be able to do 4 multis at the very least. So here we go. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we get something good. Come on, baby. What do we got? Vegeta? We're getting it. Oh god. It's a junk multi. God, I can't remember a time when I've gotten like a good multi. Okay. Alright. I think the Super Saiyan God Goku means we're getting at least 2 SSRs, I think. I don't really remember off the top of my head. Oh god. Rage Goku. When he Dokkans, he's not too bad, but I mean, he's not exactly the best either. Android 17. I can't remember if this is a good one or not. I mean, my opinion on androids is that 90% of them suck. I think this is one of the sucky ones. I mean, at least we're getting a more than one SSR on this multi. So, I mean, it's something, I guess. My hopes aren't high for anything good. Slim Boo. Oh boy. Shape Up. Jeez. Okay. Well, gosh, we got shafted again. What a surprise. Like basically the only good pull we got out of that whole thing was the ultimate go on, which is sad because we spent, gosh, what is it? 120 stones, something like that. Obviously we're not going to be doing more pulls. I don't know, it's kind of disheartening. Like, you know, I would just like a break for once. Like, I feel like I put a lot of time and energy into Dokkan still, and I just don't get anything in return. But anyway, It was what it is. So now you know what you're getting yourself into. Thanks for sticking around and watching the awesome multis we just did. And I hope your guys' multi pulls are better than mine. So that's it for today. Take it easy, fellas. Stick around for more awesome, easily made Dokkan content. See ya.